want to talk to you about 3 reasons of more than 3 reasons that, you know what, people aren't going to like you. Yep. This is going to be a harsh truth, right? I am full of harsh truths. This is my approach when I'm dealing with my clients. It's not warm and fuzzy. If you need a warm and fuzzy, this is probably not the channel, or my services individually are not for you. And that is okay, because some people need maybe a more gentle approach. And I love that for you. But this is more for people who are like, all right, you know what? I'm kind of tired of trying to do this on my own. And I need to know if it's me, right? Because sometimes people are like, I'm the common denominator here, right? So if you take a look, right now, you're the sum of the 5 people around you. That's a different video. I'll talk to you about it in a minute, or in the next video. But if you are seeing, okay, well, this is happening. Okay, it's a 1-off. It could even be a 2-off. Yep. It could be, okay, you know what? It could be this. And when you vibrate low, you're going to pull low vibration. So you could have a whole group of low vibrational people because you're pulling it on what your energy levels are, right? So if your energy vibrates low, everything around you is going to be attracted that is low vibrational. However, if you notice, like, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to see a trend here. Like, you know, I was friends with these people, and then all of a sudden they don't really want to be around me. I want to talk to you about 3 reasons why that is. And I have so much to cover these 3 that I'm talking to you about on my podcast, which is the same name as this channel. And my podcast also filters over here, but there's so many more things on here and there separately. Number 1 is passive aggressive, because passive aggression is also manipulation. Yes. Passive aggression is manipulative behavior. All right. Just because you have a fear of conflict and a fear of confrontation, there's an episode on that. I even think like just a couple weeks ago. So you can probably go back on my channel or even go to the podcast and you can hear it. There's literally a podcast on it. And the fear of conflict that's making you, that you're allowing yourself to be passive aggressive in, is kind of off-putting. Right? And you know passive aggression because I know you've had it done to you. We've all had it done to you. And you want to be careful that it's not you. Okay? An example of that, right? So you want your friend to come over for a barbecue, right? And so you call your friend. It's going to be my phone. So you call your friend and you're like, hey girl. Now you, by the way, first of all, you guys are friends, or it's your sister or even your mom. And you're like, okay, in your mind, this is the other issue that you have that creates that. You have this expectation and this assumption. Well, it's my mom. She's going to come. Well, she doesn't owe you to come. She doesn't have to come. Oh, it's my best friend. She's going to come. Again, she doesn't owe you. She doesn't have to come. So that's already starting you off on a disappointment journey, right? So you go, hey girl, I'm going to have this barbecue on Saturday. Are you going to come? And the person on the other end is like, no. First of all, they don't have to give you an explanation. They do not owe you an explanation. Stop looking for an explanation and stop giving explanations on the other side of that. Giving an explanation provides a bargaining tool for the other person, right? So if you say to yourself, or you say to that person, hey, no, because you know what? I have to take this person to soccer and I got to do that. I'm not even going to be done. I mean, that's going to take till like 2:00. Okay. Person over here goes on the other end, says, oh, all right, well, if you're done at 2, just come over after that. Why? Maybe you don't want to go at all. No is perfectly fine. So going back to the passive aggression, hey, you're going to come over. Hey, you're going to want to stop by. No, I'm not going to come by. No, I'm not available, but thanks anyway. And you go, oh, okay. I mean, oh, all right. Well, you know what? I even went and got those hot dogs. The ones, those special ones that you like. I kind of got them for you, but I mean, it's fine. I guess I can save them. Passive aggression. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants the under your voice thing. You're playing a game with 6 people. Okay? You're sitting at a table, you're playing a game with 6 people. I don't know. It's a game that you have to pick people and you can do different things in. And you notice that somebody's maybe picking this person and this person. I don't know. They just haven't gotten to you. I mean, maybe, different things. People vibe differently. It doesn't mean that they're not, but it is what it is. So they're doing that. And as you see, like, say this person answer, you kind of say under your breath, oh, I mean, I knew that. I could have done that. Passive aggression. There's a point in time that when someone is always taking those backhanded digs or backhanded compliments or whatever it is, that's an undertone of manipulation. And I got to tell you, people don't like it. Okay, so that's one thing that's going to make people not like you. Number one. Number two, kind of goes hand in hand with that a little bit. Judgmental. If you are judgmental, no one wants to be around you. Oh my gosh, why is that person wearing that? Why does it matter? If you don't like what they're wearing, don't wear it. Seriously, if you don't like what they're wearing, don't wear it. I have tattoos. I love my tattoos. My daughter has piercings. You may say, oh my God. Ugh, I don't know. I think tattoos are disgusting. Number one, you can keep that to yourself. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. Why are you vocalizing things? Why do you feel as though your opinion on my tattoos or their piercings or this person's tattoos matter at all? They don't matter. So when you start getting judgmental and you're like, oh, like you might see this with your mom or mother-in-law or whatever. And they're like, oh, is that what you're going to do? Like you'll see this a lot in parenting. Oh, okay. I mean, are you sure that you're going to give that to... Also passive aggression and judgmental. Hey, are you going to give that to him? All right. Wow. That's early. I didn't even wait till you were like 12 months. I didn't ask. So you're judgmental. You're projecting that. I got to tell you, people aren't going to like you. Your judgmentalness, people aren't going to like you. You see it a lot in faith-based things. You see this a lot in political-based things. You see this a lot in a bunch of limited mindsets. If it's not my way, it's wrong. And that's not true. If you don't believe in this I believe in spirituality, not religion. But if you're like, if you don't believe in this, that's bad. No, it isn't. That's my belief. So what you got to remember is when you start judging, why is that person wearing this? Why is that person loving this person? It's the silliest thing I've ever heard is people start judging why people love in certain people. Why? Love is a really hard thing to find here. Okay? Really hard thing to find. And if people find it, regardless of what that looks like, why are you knocking it? Check yourself. Right? When you're judgmental, when you're passive aggression, and the next one's negativity and negative, you are projecting that onto other people. You are vibrating very low. So let's talk about the third one because they all fold in together. And there are more reasons that people don't like you. But we're talking about these three. And the third one is negative. Oh my God, listen, we're all going to say, oh my God, this traffic. That's fine. But it's when you carry this on. Oh my gosh, my day just sucked. Oh, it's cold outside. Now we might say, oh, it's a hot one today. Oh, it's nasty out there. But then you're constantly negative. Oh, I don't know. This person hurt my feelings. Oh my God. No, you can never see anything good. You're like, yeah, I mean, that's cool, but I mean, whatever. Like, and you're constantly Debbie Downer. No one wants to be around you. If you're dumping on people without asking permission, no one wants to be around you. This does not mean that you're not allowed to have an outlet or a support system. We are not an island of one. It is great to have a support system, but you've got to respect the person in order to ask if they're available to hear you, right? Let me give you an example. You are working from home or you're staying at home and you're working and you've been there all day. Your person comes in, your partner, your friend, your mom, whoever walks in the door. I mean, they did run into traffic. They had a full day, okay? And they walk in the door and they're just like, oh, I just want to get a drink. Oh, I just want to chill. Oh, okay. So they're ready to come in. They want to decompress. They hit the door and you're like, oh my God, can you believe, let me tell you, the water bill came today. And remember the guy next door? He wants to build a fence. I told him not to. Why are you doing that? No one wants to walk into an ambush of negativity. So you would handle that like, hey, oh my God, I miss you today. If you did, but just say, hey, you know what? Oh, I got to unbox some things. I know you just got home. Are you in a space to hear me now? And they may go, give me a second. Like I got to come in, give me about a half hour, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. And then sure, right? You want to ask. Because when you're constantly pushing that on, that's negativity. No one wants to be around that. And if you go into a victim mentality, well, I mean, but my childhood sucked. Of course. You guys have to remember, I'm writing my second book about this. This is me going through the molestations, me going through living in a van. This goes through a lot of constant trauma. If I use that as an excuse as to why I'm negative and now I can be negative within myself because I got to work on things, right? You're going to be these things because you don't know communication. You were told not to have feelings. Valid. All of that is valid. Not a permission to dump that on somebody else. Your trauma in your childhood is not anybody else's responsibility to heal. So when you start projecting, it is a telltale sign. Now, the positives of all three of those things is it's a beacon. It's a little trigger beacon that says, I have issues. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Okay. I need to get to the deeper root why I have expectations, why I need this person to be me. What is it? Am I attached? Am I an anxious attachment? Do I have codependency? Have I felt like no one loves me? Okay, that is a victim mentality. And that victim mentality, go listen to the podcast on it. I have an entire podcast on victim mentality. It will hold you back in general. That's for you. It'll hold you back. And I promise you, it's going to make people distance from you and not like you. It doesn't mean that you're not likable. It doesn't mean that you're not lovable. You're both of those things, but you're not liking and loving yourself. And until you do that, it's going to be really difficult for anybody else to like you. Harsh truth. It's a good place to start. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't hate yourself for it. It is a great point. If you ever want to holler at your girl, we can unbox it individually, privately. But you deserve that, and so do the people around you.